If you would ask me that maybe like a contract or two ago, I'd have been like, I'd keep it open, but it's like that is my home. It is home for me now, but I think I would have a tough time putting on another jersey.
Travis Kelce is in Nashville hosting his annual BroFest Tight End University. Think NFL meets summer camp, but with way more protein powder. Meanwhile, his big bro Jason is doing his own thing across the country, running the Shorebirds fundraiser like the wholesome football dad we all love, while Kylie's being the real MVP, helping rake in a record-breaking $1 million for the Eagles Autism Foundation. Sounds like a win-win kind of week, right? Except not for the Swifties. So here's where things take a spicy turn. Travis's girlfriend, just global pop icon Taylor Swift, makes a surprise entrance at the Tight Ends and Friends concert and casually drops a live version of Shake It Off like it's no big deal. Cue the collective internet meltdown. Everyone's already losing it, and then the Kelce brothers drop a tweet on X saying if they get 13,000 likes, they'll release their podcast teaser early. Now pause. Why 13,000? 13 is Taylor's thing. It's basically her spiritual number. You say 13 around a Swiftie and they will mobilize. So obviously the likes hit 13K faster than you can say Easter egg. Fans start manifesting Taylor as the guest on New Heights, convinced she's about to bless the podcast with sparkly wisdom and maybe a Midnight's Easter egg or two. But then, plot twist, the teaser drops and who's the guest? Brad freakin' Pitt. Now don't get it twisted. Brad Pitt is still a whole meal. But let's be honest, Swifties weren't in the mood for Fight Club when they signed up for Cardigan Core. Fans felt played, and the backlash hit like a surprise album drop. Comments rolled in calling the Kelce's out for baiting, clowning, and just straight up using Taylor's number for engagement. Some even threatened to take back their likes, which, let's be real, is the modern version of flipping a table. And the kicker? The internet knows exactly what they were doing. That 13 wasn't random, it was calculated. Meanwhile, the Kelce brothers are distracting from the Swiftie chaos by launching what might be the most unhinged beer-related invention of the decade, a beer bed. Yep, you heard that right. Not a keg, not a fridge, a full-on bed that also dispenses beer. Somewhere Homer Simpson is crying tears of joy. So apparently, Jason and Travis's beer brand Garage Beer just dropped a limited edition monstrosity called the Beer Bed, which insiders are calling the ultimate sip and sleep experience. It's basically a waterbed's cooler, beer-loving cousin. We're talking a queen-sized frame with a Casper mattress and a freaking kegerator in the headboard. Because who wouldn't want to pour a cold one without lifting more than a pinky? And don't go thinking this is some Instagram prank. It's very real, and there's only one of these bad boys being given away. The promotion's got the same chaotic energy as a Super Bowl after-party mixed with a QVC segment. The giveaway post said something like, "I like and will release the beer bed," which, let's be honest, was the only level of commitment beer people needed. Social media's already eating it up like it's the last cold brew in July. But don't get too excited just yet. There are terms and conditions because of course there are. You gotta be 21 plus, living somewhere in the continental US, and either comment on Insta or repost their X message to enter between July 1st and July 15th. Oh, and make sure your bedroom isn't the size of a shoebox, because this beast needs serious space, like 7 by 8 feet of sacred beer real estate. And no, before you start planning your first frothy nap, it doesn't come pre-stocked. Thanks, alcohol laws. But hey, it does come with instructions. And speaking of surprises no one saw coming, Travis is apparently ready to drop his real thoughts about dating Taylor. And this time it's not through cryptic podcast hints or sneaky Instagram likes. Nope. The tight end with the tight fades is hopping on Bussin' with the Boys to finally talk about his love life like it's not already the NFL's favorite soap opera. Here comes Travis, casually rolling up to the podcast like, just got off the bus with the boys, which, let's be honest, sounds less like a media appearance and more like he's about to shotgun a beer and reveal his skincare routine. But apparently this one's about to be deep. He's teasing an unfiltered convo about Taylor, locker room culture, and his accidental rebranding as America's boyfriend. And insiders are already buzzing. It's not just going to be fluff. We're talking heart eyes, emotional growth, and maybe even a bit of ring talk. Cue the engagement theories hitting DEFCON 1. Now let's not forget that this relationship has basically become its own sports franchise. Swift showing up at Chiefs games? Instant ratings gold. Taylor sneezes in the VIP suite and suddenly it's $1 billion boost to the NFL's brand value. And through it all, Kelce's trying to convince everyone he's still just a dude who loves football and Bud Light. Sure, he hinted before that Taylor grounds him, helps him focus, yada yada yada. Adorable, yes, but now he's about to pull it all out there. The pressures, the praise, the paranoia of having Swifties track your every move like it's a National Geographic docuseries. Oh, and those engagement rumors? Best believe he'll dance around those like he's on Dancing with the Stars. So yeah, brace yourselves. Whether he spills tea or serves it lukewarm, Kelce's about to get real. And while he's busy opening up the emotional vault, across the NFL-verse, a crossover is happening that feels straight out of a fanfic nobody saw coming. Taylor Swift's dancer and Travis Kelce's ex teaming up like it's the Avengers, but make it inclusive and fabulous. So Cameron Saunders, yes, the same dancing machine who basically became a fan favorite during the Eras Tour by serving face, moves, and main character energy, is now breaking ground in the sports world too. And the twist? He's joining forces with his NFL star brother Kalen Saunders to launch a football camp with an actual mission, making the field a safe, welcoming place for LGBTQ+ youth. That's right. The original Element Foundation Youth Football Combine isn't about who can bench press a car, it's about repping authenticity, crushing stereotypes, and teaching kids you can be fierce and throw a tight spiral. The camp, happening July 5th in St. Louis, is teaming up with GLAAD to sprinkle some serious allyship on the turf. And of course, Cameron's bringing the drama in the best way, with a dance clinic that's about to turn those football drills into a halftime show. 1 minute it's tackling dummies, the next it's high kicks and shoulder rolls. And this isn't just for show, this whole thing's coming from real experiences. Cameron came out at 11, had a whole cheer squad of family behind him including a 7-year-old hype man, but he knows not everyone gets that kind of love. That's why he's using this platform to flip the script on how masculinity and queerness can coexist in locker rooms and on the field, minus the side eye. And speaking of flipping scripts, Taylor Swift just pulled off one of the most savage soft clapbacks in pop culture history, and she didn't even open her mouth. Enter Matty Healy, back from the lyrical shadows, deciding Glastonbury was the perfect time to remind the world that he's like a poet, ladies and gentlemen. Cue the eye roll heard round the Swiftyverse. So there he is on stage doing his whole tortured artist thing, dramatically bleeding metaphorical ink while taking what everyone agrees was a veiled jab at Taylor's Tortured Poets Department era. He basically called himself the Shakespeare of Spotify with the energy of a guy who's still mad his ex got more streams. Meanwhile, Taylor? She didn't even flinch. She simply grabbed Travis Kelce, threw on a Balmain dress like it was nothing, and stepped out at NYC looking like the main character of a romantic revenge fantasy. Paparazzi, alert! Flashbulbs, firing! Message, delivered! Because when your ex tries to shade your Grammy-nominated poetry in front of thousands, the only appropriate response is to show up with your NFL boyfriend looking unbothered and glowing like the Wi-Fi signal at a 5-star spa. It was giving power couple energy, and insiders said the timing wasn't just a coincidence, it was a carefully executed watch me thrive moment. And not only were they matching in crisp white like they were about to film a skincare ad, but the vibes were screaming. We're in this for the long haul. Apparently Taylor's feeling like Kelce might just be the one, but in true Taylor fashion, she's not rushing to the altar. No Vegas chapels or secret vows just yet. She's all about that slow burn kind of love. Think Enchanted, but with more protein shakes. With a lighter tour schedule and football season looming, she's planning to be in the stands cheering him on, because nothing says I've moved on like dating a tight end who actually shows up for you, on and off the field. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.